Alright, so a few days ago, that final trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine came out, and I watched it, and it showed something where I was like, I did not want to know that that was gonna be in the movie. That was a spoiler that I was pissed off that it gave away. So I was like, screw it. You know what? Social media blackout. I'm staying off of social media until I see the movie. So until then, I needed something to do with my new free time. I've heard people rave about Chainsaw Man for the year and a half since it's been out, but now enough people have recommended it to me personally, so I finally watched Chainsaw Man, and I was like, it's great. I want to talk about it now. Chainsaw Man. So Chainsaw Man is an anime that premiered in 2022. It's based off of a manga that was published in 2013, and right now there's only one season of the anime, and as far as I know right now, they're not really planning on making a second, which is kind of a bummer. I'll get more into that later, but right now let's just talk about the show. So the world in Chainsaw Man is one where devils are real entities that exist, and they terrorize humanity. Our main character, his name is Denji, he's 16. He's had this bond with a little chainsaw devil named Pochita since he was a kid, and so now when Denji is killed in action, Pochita pretty much replaces his heart, bringing him back to life and granting him the powers of the Chainsaw Devil. So now Denji can turn into the Chainsaw Man. From there, he meets a team of devil hunters, and he joins them on their devil hunting journeys. And now we have our anime, which, like I said, is pretty fucking sweet, dude. If you've been subscribed to me for a while, you know that I'm just not that much into anime. Not that I have anything against it, really. I just never got into it. I know that there are a lot of animes out there that people love, like Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen or One Punch Man, what have you. I just haven't watched any of them yet. I guess you might say that Chainsaw Man is kind of my introduction to that world of entertainment, because now I'm thinking I might actually look into those and more. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But for now, there's a lot I like about Chainsaw Man, my dudes. Starting with our characters, they're all really interesting. Our main four characters, I would say, are Denji, Power, Aki, and Makima. Now, Denji, he's kind of an acquired taste. I mean, it's kind of an anime cliche that, like, our main male character is kind of a perv, but that's kind of what Denji is, in a way. I mean, he joins the team and he sees characters like Power and Makima, and he's like, yeah, these are hot girls. I want to touch... He really, like, he says out loud, he's like, I want to touch boobs. Granted, I get it. I've been where he is, but I still couldn't help but be like, all right, dude, calm down. I get it, you're desperate. They play it up for comedic effect, especially when he's paired up with Aki, who's the serious one on the team, which you totally get, by the way. He's a devil hunter because a devil killed his entire family. He's that guy on his quest for revenge, which could have made him really boring, but no, the show does a really good job at getting you on his side and getting you to root for him. In the form of flashbacks, it does give you a couple of flashbacks to his childhood and what happened. It's pretty well done, which is why when he meets Denji and sees what Denji can do, it creates a really interesting relationship. It's like, I mean, come on. When Denji chainsaws out, you realize that he's actually kind of crazy. He just goes full on nuts. It's kind of like a Venom thing going on, where like he has this other form of life inside of him that he can pull out, and he just goes nuts. It's really awesome to see. But Power is my favorite character in this show. Yeah, her name is Power. Why? Because she's pretty crazy herself. You know, I love characters like this, like the Harley Quinn type character, the girl who's just a little unhinged and loves to cause chaos. And if I'm saying that Denji / Chainsaw Man is kind of like Venom, I would say that Power is kind of like Carnage. See, Power is a fiend. A fiend is a devil that has actually taken over a corpse. So the body we see Power in is like actually not that person. It's the devil inside. And she's a blood devil at that. She can summon weapons made of blood, like a big mallet, hence the Harley Quinn comparison. But then it kind of looks like Carnage's tendrils. Like, I would call Power the love child of Harley Quinn and Carnage. That's like the perfect way to describe her. And once I put that together in my head, I was like, I love this character, because she's the best. And then there's Makima, who's pretty much the boss of this part of the operation. And yeah, when at first she meets Denji, he falls for her pretty much instantly. But the thing about Makima is that she is pretty much completely emotionless. She always has that calm, cool, and collected demeanor, which shows that she is in complete control over every situation she ever finds herself in, and it makes you kind of uneasy. Like, you can kind of tell that she does have some emotion behind, like, her actions, but she just never lets any of it show, and it's unsettling, which also makes her kind of mysterious, because you don't really know where she's coming from, at least not in this anime. I'm sure the manga explores it more. Again, I'll get to that. But for now, in this anime, I'm like, yeah, what exactly is her deal? Holy crap, especially towards the end. I'm not gonna spoil it just in case you haven't watched it, but like towards the end of the season, you see Makima do some stuff. You're like, holy shit, all right. Didn't see that coming, but it makes her character all the more interesting, so that is a win. You want to talk about some action? Holy shit, the action in this show is fucking awesome, because first of all, it is super violent. Oh my god. This is rated hard TVMA, and this isn't the first time I've seen an anime like this. I remember a few years ago, my friend tried getting me into Attack on Titan. I couldn't really get into it. I'm sorry, but that was really violent. That was the first, like, real super violent anime I ever saw. But still, though, the violence in Chainsaw Man is amazing. Because, I mean, even the way, like, Chainsaw Man chainsaws out, these chainsaws, like, they come from like inside his arms and they tear through his arms. You're just like, ouch, that looks painful, dude. And then he just tears shit into devils and you're just thoroughly entertained. Cause he's a crazy human chainsaw hybrid slashing up devils. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty big part of what pulled me into the show. Cause I just love the action scenes. But other than that, there's just something I really gravitated towards in this show. Honestly, I think it was the pacing. The show is actually really well paced. It keeps the momentum going even after the action scenes. There's mystery and intrigue and funny, witty banter between the characters. The show is never boring. Even when it centers on Aki, who, yeah, he is the most boring character, but his backstory is just so interesting and sympathetic. You learn about his relationship with another devil hunter named Himeno, and that gets plenty fleshed out. You really feel for that, to the point where I was even like, oh, geez, that's emotional. Oh, the feels. Another thing I like about this show is that none of the characters are really saints. I wouldn't really call them heroes. Like, you would think, all right, they're devil hunters. They hunt down the evil devils that are out there. But you take Denji, he's not really doing this to be some guardian of the city or anything. He's doing this for pretty selfish reasons. His life is better now that he's a devil hunter and he's got new friends, including some hot chicks who, like, straight up at one point, one of them's like, all right, if you do this for me, I'll let you cop a feel. So that serves as Denji's motivation for the next, like, episode or two. It's funny and it's just more interesting than someone who's doing it just to be the hero, you know? I mean, granted, I love my superheroes. Spider-Man's my favorite fictional character of all time, period. So obviously I like that, but I'm just saying in this case, it kind of makes Chainsaw Man stand out. Because usually when it comes to stories about heroes who are actually douchebags like The Boys or something, I don't like that. I like my heroes being good people, you know? At least most of the time. So for Chainsaw Man to win me over like this is no small feat. I give it all sorts of props for that, honestly. Good job, Chainsaw Man. Now, yes, the season does end with a cliffhanger. And yeah, like once I got there, I was like, no, what? Come on. That's where you decide to end this? And there's not another season planned? What is this? Seriously? But then I looked into the manga a bit and I realized that, yeah, you can just read on from there. You can see what happens next just by reading the manga, which I'm sure is how a lot of anime adaptations of mangas are, depending on which. Again, I'm kind of a newbie to that world, so bear with me here. But I looked into this, yeah, like, I guess volume 5 of the Chainsaw Man manga, that's where the season ends, and it's not like the end of volume 5, it's like right in the middle or even the beginning. It's like a really random place for this season to end, because you can watch this anime and it's really true to the manga, almost like shot for shot, word for word, kind of. It's really faithful, which again, I'm sure a lot of animes are, depending on which. But point is, you can watch the anime and then just pick up volume 5 and read on from there and see what happens next. That's just crazy to me. I know a lot of you hardcore anime fans out there who might be watching this are probably like, aw, baby's first anime adaptation of a manga. Whatever, dude. I mean, if you're talking about the soundtrack in this show, I did like how each episode had a different song for the credits. That was interesting. I don't remember which one was my favorite. The one that had Bow Wow in it, I like that one. That was fun. And I usually skip the intro. Sorry. But in the end, I really enjoyed Chainsaw Man, dude. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It's just one season right now, 12 episodes. It's on Hulu or Crunchyroll. I hear tell that they're trying to continue this with a movie that's gonna adapt like the next story arc of the manga or something. I'm a little foggy on the details there, but that's kind of a shame. I'd love to see another season of this. And I've been told that the reason it hasn't happened yet is because it really only blew up over here in America and no one in Japan really cares about it, which just blows my mind. So this video might be pointless, but I really wanted to talk about it because I really liked it, which if you ask me is one of the best reasons to make a YouTube video about it. And I'm definitely gonna watch it again. So Chainsaw Man, have you watched it? What are your thoughts on it? And I'll just put this question out there just in case anyone wants to answer. What anime should I watch and talk about next? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!